Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Um, we're very happy that you could join us. One of the questions that we want to ask everybody coming on here to get started with is about your past experience with the amateur teamies. So, of course, we know that you all did very well playing together last year. I was curious to ask how many times you've played the teamies before. Um, and yeah, we could maybe do you John, do you need to unmute or how does that work? Okay, just check. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I can start. So my name is Ellen, and I've played in the amateur team East before last year, I think probably 4 times. So last year was probably my fifth. And yeah, I had played in a bunch of different teams, and then this was the highest result I've ever had. So yeah, it was really exciting.
Very cool.
I'm Martha, and I've played in amateur team East 3 times, and so last year was my 4th time playing. And I believe it was in 2017, my team got 2nd place, actually. I was playing on a 3rd board back then. So, yeah, this is but this is my favorite result, what happened last year.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense to me. How about Evelyn?
I've been playing amateur team since like 2012, and
Okay.
like every year since then. So that's a lot of years, I think. But yeah, the experience is always fun because it's a pretty unique tournament, and
Definitely.
There's a good team element too.
Yeah.
I'm Yassi. Last year was my 4th year playing. It was also just like the best result I've had, or like my team has had. And before I was like the youngest on the team, so it was just kind of nice to be with friends rather than just people my coach assigned me with.
Definitely. How long have you known each other? Or maybe it's different. Maybe you've known some of each other for longer than others.
Yeah, I think I've known Evelyn the longest because we were both from Long Island. And I'm not really sure when I met Martha and Yassi, but we've always seen each other at like World Cadets or at New York State Girls Championships. So we've known each other for a long time, and now we're like really good friends. So it's been a good journey.
Cool. Can I ask whose idea it was to form a team, or maybe it wasn't just one person's, but how did the team come together?
Yeah, I think it was kind of all of us wanted to build a team because we all wanted to play an amateur team East, and we were all looking for a team, and then we were just like, why not all of us build a team?
That makes sense. I really love your name. Who came up with that?
I think
Yassi, do you want to talk
Yassi's
about that?
dad.
Yeah, it was my dad. He was really passionate about it. I was totally happy calling ourselves like New York State Girls, something kind of mundane like that. But when he thought of it, he just kind of went for it. And I was surprised everyone else liked it, but it just kind of stuck.
Well, thought it was funny. I liked it. How during the pandemic, how has that affected all of your chess playing? And it's a little less social, right? But I know you are all very competitive. So what's that been like for those who maybe are tuning in right now but have not been playing so much competitive online chess so far?
Well, of course, there's no over-the-board tournaments. So for the first few months of like lockdown in New York specifically, there was like absolutely no tournaments. So it was just kind of like studying chess. And then that was also when we kind of decided to start hosting tournaments because, of course, a lot of people had no opportunity to play. And now we are hosting tournaments for free online on chess.com. So that was
cool.
Yeah, that was kind of, the pandemic was kind of a lead up towards that.
Okay. Yeah, Very cool. Very cool. Do would you say that maybe we could go around? I'm curious if you have chess heroes, or I don't know if that's the right word, if it's chess role models or chess heroes, or whether if it's a favorite player who maybe is a little more historic, or maybe somebody currently active in the chess world who inspires you. Maybe not. Maybe you inspire yourself.
Okay, I guess I'll go first. I would have to say like Magnus Carlsen because I started playing chess when I was around 6 years old. So that was 2013, and that was when I think he became world champion. So, and then he's been like world champion since then. So probably him because I've always looked at his games through my entire chess career. And then on the women's side, probably Hou Fan because she was like so dominant, and now she's like obviously pursuing a different career, and she's in Oxford. So, but even just her chess career was really inspiring for me.
Yeah, Hou Fan's very impressive. We had her on the Montclair Sopranos on the team in the Pro Chess League, but it was not. She was very busy at Oxford, and it sounded like was doing many impressive things all at once. So that definitely makes sense. What about some of you, Evelyn or Martha or Yassi?
I would say recently I actually kind of really like Anish Giri just because I mean after what happened at Tata Steel, if you guys saw, like it was pretty inspirational how he just kind of bounced back from it. And
Yeah.
then because of that, I've kind of like looked more at his games and realized that he's just like he has this reputation of being like a draw king or something, but then when you actually look at his games, it's not that clear.
Yeah,
And so
definitely.
he plays some like exciting chess too.
Yeah,
Yeah, and also I'd agree with Ellen that on the female side, I definitely look up to Hou Fan like for my whole chess career.
that makes sense.
I just have to
I
chime in. Yeah, Anish is definitely has a reputation, but his games definitely do not match his results. Like some of his games are just completely bonkers and a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. I don't want to give away any state secrets here, but I've been using his Najdorf Chessable book, and it's definitely some fun lines in there. And like, I also like that. I don't know, there are a lot of lines where he'll give like three different good options for black, and they're all aggressive attacking options. So I don't know. Obviously, he's a very strong player. Definitely aware of that drawish reputation. I agree that it is not deserved. He's also very funny on Twitter. I don't know. I like Anish Giri. I mean, from afar, I'm a fan. What about Yassi?
I guess like on the men's side, probably Nepomniachtchi. Just sort of like his calculation and like processing speed, I think is really quite impressive. And then on the women's, maybe like Pia Kramling. I just like her games.
Cool. Interesting. What about Martha?
Oh, my favorite chess player for as long as I can remember was Bobby Fischer. One of my first chess books was Bobby Fischer Teaches Chess, and ever since then, I've just really liked him. I liked his playing style, especially, and just his games are some of the most amazing I've ever seen. The Game of the Century, for example. On the women's side, yeah, I think Hou Fan and also Judith Polgar probably as well. They're really inspirational. So yeah.
Definitely makes sense. Can I ask what your favorite openings are, or is that like, maybe you're prepping something that you don't want to give away?
Well, I'm not necessarily saying that I play this opening, but for both sides, probably the Sicilian, just because I have played it in the past, for probably like my whole career, and also it's just so exciting. Like every single line, it's never like completely dry. There's always something that can like tactics are like bursting everywhere, and like it's like that for both white and black. and there's a lot of strategical elements to it as well.
Definitely. I also enjoy the Sicilian from both sides. So, what about Martha?
Yeah, probably the same for me as Black. The Sicilian, I've always played it for my entire life, so
Any variation in particular, or
yeah, probably the Taimanov, which I've played for as long as I can remember. I just really like it. For White, I'm not sure. E4, just E4 in general. I think it's the best. Yeah.
That's fine. What about Evelyn?
On the Black side, I also really like the Sicilian, specifically the Paulson variation, and then also the Hedgehog is pretty fun to play.
Okay.
As White, I play D4, so I don't know. I feel kind of comfortable in any position really. So yeah.
I'm jealous. I wish I felt comfortable in every position. That's good. What about yes? Yeah. A future chess player over there. Yassi, what's your favorite opening?
I think like Evelyn, well, it's not opening, it's more of a structure, but hedgehog like lines. I just think the positions are really fun to analyze. And it's like, there's like always like something new to find or some like new idea to try to make work. So I really like those.
That makes sense.
I think like against each other, I've played Yassi and Martha countless times, and more than half the games are all in like Paulson or Taimanov positions. So we definitely have a record of that opening.
That makes sense. Definitely some of my favorite openings started as ones that maybe I didn't like, but one of my friends played, and then eventually I had to get good at it to stop losing to one of my friends or something like that, and then it became something I started to like. I don't know. I liked how you each had different role models, and you had male and female role models. Obviously, you're in an all-female team competing here. I was wondering if you had if you could just give a sentence of advice to any girls that are starting chess, or anything that you wish somebody had told you, or maybe that somebody did tell you that you thought was helpful when you were younger?
And I'm going to take notes as my daughter's running around behind me. She's not quite ready for chess yet, but a couple of years.
Getting there.
I would say just never get discouraged, because of course there's such a big ratio of like boys to girls in chess. I think it's like 7-1 or something like that. And there were so many tournaments that I went to where I would be like the only girl sitting in the entire tournament, like playing hall. But you just got to keep going. Like, just know that if you love playing, then there's no reason why that should stop you from playing. And eventually, once you have, I guess, like a platform, you should try to use that, because there are so many girls going through that. And of course, having a community where you can relate to others is just so helpful.
Yeah. Seems like good advice. Definitely seems like you guys have found a community, right? Definitely seems. Anybody else have anything to add?
Yeah, something that my dad always told me was, like, quote unquote, life goes on. So whenever, I don't know, a game just doesn't go your way or something, you don't have to, worry about it too much, and you just kind of focus on the next game that's happening. Yeah, and you kind of use that as a way just to get like back in like the zone. So that's something that's kind of helped me along the way.
Definitely seems like good advice.
Also, to add on, to appreciate the learning process, learn from your mistakes, analyze your games, and just keep digging, because chess is just really endless. There's so many things that people know and don't know. So just keep searching for new possibilities.
Cool. Let's see. So we have somebody coming on at 1 p.m. But before we start to wrap up, again, thank you so much for coming on. I wanted to also just ask,
was something.
I had something. It just slipped my mind. I had something I was about to ask. It might not have been the best question in the world, but I did want to ask about your current goals and if your long-term goals for chess include making it a career, or maybe it could go in a couple different ways, or also short-term goals too, though. What are your chess goals?
Well, yeah, specifically for me, I want to make national master, hopefully pretty soon, and also hopefully play in the U.S. Junior Girls or U.S. Women's Championships. Those are probably like my long-term goals. And in terms of a career, I'm not really sure if I'll go into a chess career, but hopefully, but definitely chess is going to be something that I play for the rest of my life, whether it's competitively or just for fun. And also hopefully I can use like the platform that all four of us have built up to inspire other girls. That's also a goal that I'll always want to continue working towards.
That's great. What about Yassi?
I actually just don't know at all. I think whatever happens is gonna happen. And then that's basically the philosophy I have right now. Just as long as I'm improving, nothing particular is really, yeah.
You keep enjoying it and you'll probably keep doing well, and then you'll give yourself options, right? You don't have to figure it all out now. What about Evelyn?
I've been playing chess like more relaxed and more casually now than before. So probably there's no like, I guess, long-term goals or anything as for a chess career, but probably in the future I'd want to, somehow maybe like combine chess with what I do, or maybe, yeah, like Ellen said, use our platform right now to kind of just keep teaching and inspiring other people to play chess. So that's probably what I would aim to do in the future.
Cool. What about Martha?
Well, short-term goals include having a good result at the U.S. Junior Girls Close, because I've been playing that tournament for a long time, but yeah, I would like to have a good result. And probably long-term is becoming an international master. And as for chess as a career, I'm not sure, probably not, but still going to be a really big part of my life. I still plan on playing tournaments even when I'm old. So yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember if Jennifer Shahadi said this or if I just saw her retweet it. But I remember seeing, I think that she might have said that it was maybe thinking about not just being good at chess is defined as like just ability, but as like getting the most out of it too is also a factor to consider, right? So just kind of like figuring out how you want to incorporate chess into your life. And there are a lot of different ways to do that. But it was really interesting talking to all of you. Thank you so much for coming on and joining us. Is there any last thing you want to say about Unruly Queens tournaments that you host, or anything else?
Well, yeah, thank you for having us. And also just to everybody watching, just keep like waiting. We're having something coming up soon, something really big. So yeah, that's coming soon.
Awesome. Well, we are excited to hear about it.